This is the On Record podcast here on MotoOnline.com.au. My name is Trent, and I get to sit down on this episode with the SX2 red plate holder for the Boost Mobile AUSX Supercross Championship, Monster Energy Yamalube Yamaha's Lux Turner. Get to talk to him about his meteoric rise at this point to being the red plate holder in the AUSX Supercross Championship. Get to chat to him about Redcliffe and how he got to this point with being in America, living away from his family, and being able to build to this point where he is now leading the Australian Championship. And from 2 nights at Redcliffe, he looks very much poised to take out this championship. A lot of things to learn from here, so I hope you enjoy this one. Here is Lux Turner. Welcome to the On Record podcast here on MotoOnline.com.au. My name is Trent Maher, and I am very pleased to be joined with the current SX2 red plate holder for the Boost Mobile AUSX Supercross Championship, Lux Turner. Lux, what is going on?
Not much, man. Thank you for having me on. Long day of testing.
I mean, let's start there. What would a guy like you, who's just absolutely dominated round 1 and 2, if we're being fair, need to go out and test? Like, you should be just like dialed in. Like, yeah, this stuff's pretty easy from what we've seen at Redcliffe.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I went 1-1 on the overalls, but I didn't go 1-1 in the moto, so until then we still got work to do.
That's a very political answer. I like it.
Uh,
Well, man, thank you for joining us on Record. We want to kind of get to know you because you're a little bit of an unknown here in Australia. And I mean, to be fair, and this is where I want to start this conversation, you've broken out a little bit in the US, but have you experienced a little bit more attention from what you've done this weekend at Redcliffe or last weekend at Redcliffe over in the US? Like, it seems like you may have drawn a little bit more media attention towards yourself because of what you did.
yeah, no, absolutely. I feel like the publicity I've got from these last two rounds have been massive. I mean, I finally got over 10K followers. Been itching, so I finally did that.
And that's pretty cool. Like, and that was, I guess, one of those things that you probably didn't expect coming into this, right? I mean, you probably had the expectation you wanted to go out and do well and potentially win, but to win both nights and to get kind of that recognition of publicity, like you had a great SMX championship, at
Thank
the
you.
final rounds and stuff like that. Like, you've been building, and we're going to talk a little bit about your past here to get to this point, but it's kind of been building to this point. Did you expect to do what you did at Redcliffe, or was that kind of like, I'm taking it like it's here, let's go?
No, honestly, like obviously I came here to win and I wanted to win, but I didn't think I would have won back to back like that, especially with the time on the bike. And I mean, dude, the top five, anyone could go win. So it was definitely just like putting yourself in the right positions. And for me to win the first night, getting taken out second moto is just, and somehow still winning is like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just crazy stuff like that.
Well, and I mean that's kind of the thing too. We're going to talk at this first part. I want to talk about Redcliffe and how it was, but night one, you win the first race, and I hate to say it looked easy, but it looked pretty easy. Like, nothing's ever easy. But then you had to fight for Moto 2, and then sort of
Yeah.
same on the Sunday night. It wasn't as dramatic in the second Moto on Sunday night, but you win the first one,
Yeah.
and then you had some work to do. Like, talk us through that. Like, did you panic at all, or were you kind of like, I got this. If I stick the course and I do what I need to do, I'm going to be okay.
Yeah. So the first night I ended up qualifying like fifth, and I was like, oh, like I got some work to do. But I'm used to qualifying bad because in the States I don't qualify good. Like I'm always 10 positions off like where I normally finish. So I didn't really let it affect me. I knew once like the lights come on, I'm a different person. And yeah, obviously first moto went back and forth with some Honda dude and ended up winning. Like that was sick. Like first moto, like that was awesome. And then second moto, that was gnarly. Like getting taken out, having to get back up and battle through the whole pack. Like it's hard not to panic in those situations because you know you need to win the overall, you know what I mean? And being in that situation, like just getting taken out, getting slammed the whole time, like just fighting your way through, like it's hard not to panic, but you also have to trust in your ability that if you know you're faster than the person in front of me, you'll like eventually get past them, and there's no need to panic.
And talking about that too, it probably was hard to look behind you and realize it was your teammate who's doing all the beating and banging. You know, you're kind of like, hey man, like we're on the same team
Yeah.
here. Like, help me out. Was that kind of unique to you as well? Having Kingsford sort of pressuring you and putting the heat on you in that especially that second main on Saturday night.
Yeah, so he was ahead of me, and I ended up passing him. And once I passed him, it lit a fire in his ass. And dude, he was on my ass the rest of that moto, and it was hard because obviously as much as we're teammates, we don't know each other. Like he could
Yeah.
clean me up, you know what I mean? Like we're not truly teammates. So I was honestly expecting anything. So I was having to guard my insides. And then last lap, I tried to make it pass on Tiger Woods through the whoops, and he dude slammed me in the corner, and I was like, oh yeah, it was gnarly. That's why I'm very very thankful to end up winning that night for sure.
Yeah, and then Sunday probably a little bit easier. So you didn't have the chaos in that final one. You still had work to do in the
Yeah.
final main, but it wasn't as chaotic as what that final one on Saturday was.
Yeah, no, it was a lot easier the second night. The first moto, I had a good start and just got away. Because the biggest thing my team manager told me was like, once you get a second gap, like then you could actually hit your corners the way you want to. Because
Yeah.
when they're on your butt, my Yamaha is so loud, I have no idea where they're at. So I just go to the insides, block it. So it was a lot nicer to be able to actually ride the track the first moto on the second night, and then obviously the second moto, I saw who was in front of me in first, and I was like, "There's no need, like, no need to for the risk. Like, just
Yeah.
take it home." So
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, I wanna touch on that a little bit too because it's a little bit of a change for you. I mean, whether your deal in America has been announced or not, but obviously you're transitioning to the blue bike. But what's it been like? Because you've been obviously on KDM especially this year. What's it been like transitioning to the Yamaha and then obviously learning, as you said, the noise and that induction sound up the front is a bit to get used to for the first time. But it sounded like and it looks like you've fallen in love with the thing straight away.
dude. So I've been on Australian or KTM bike, Austrian bikes for since 2021,
Yep.
and so I thought I loved that bike. And if I'm being honest, as soon as I got on this bike, I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like this bike is just made for me. Like I had 5 or 6 rides coming in to the first round on a brand new bike, brand new chassis, everything, and just like felt so comfortable. And every day I ride, I just keep getting more comfortable. And just the way it corners and fits in the rhythm sections, like I know that sounds dumb, but for some reason it fits in the rhythm sections so perfectly. Like, yeah,
Well,
I
I
love
mean
it.
that's a good thing too. Like not only for your championship here in Australia, but obviously moving into 2026 for yourself and your American career as well
Yeah.
is falling in love with that bike and knowing that that's the platform that you're going to be basing yourself out of. It must be a good feeling. Um, Speaking of just keeping it here in Australia before we move to obviously US and talking about your career a little bit is you come onto a team who I don't know if you knew this hadn't won since 2018. Like that was a big night for that team. Did you feel that at all? Did you feel like the emotion coming out of them? Like you had your own emotion of winning and that's cool in itself. But did you see the team emotion and be able to kind of like take a little step to the side and go, this is not only cool for me, but this is cool for this whole program that I'm a part of.
Yeah, honestly, like I think that's what made both wins feel even better. Is it's not like you're winning for another team that wins every single weekend. Like, and
Yep.
you know what I mean? They're excited, but they're excited for you, not for the team as much. And this one, like, it felt good. It felt good for me because ever got a professional win. You know what I mean? And they
Yeah.
haven't got a win in so long, and I feel like it's not lack of effort that they haven't got these wins. It's just like they give it all they have. Like I'm very impressed with them. Like I haven't been on a team that's this like the energy, the vibe, everything that just works so well. And that's what you need to win. You need a team that wants to win and you need a rider who wants to win. And those two together, that's what happens. You win.
Well, I mean, you showed it at Redcliffe, and that's the other part to it too. Is like obviously the team, but your mechanic is technically the team manager as well. Like
Yeah.
there's a little bit of pressure there, but even for him, like I spoke to him a little bit yesterday, lining this up with you, and I was kind of like, I've known Mike Ward for a long time, and since I was probably 10 years old, and it was kind of I hadn't seen that emotion out of him for a while, and it was kind of cool to see that he was so invested and then talking around behind the
Yeah.
scenes. He's a big Lux Turner guy. So it wasn't that he won and you won, is that like he believed in something so much and it showed itself a little bit too. So
Yeah.
I want you to talk about having, I guess, the team manager also being your mechanic as well. Is there any added pressure to that, or did you just like, oh, whatever, man? This is how we're doing it.
If anything, I feel like him being my mechanic is almost loosening him up in a way, like because I don't know if you know my vibe. Like I'm very happy, like laughing all the time, cracking jokes. Like, dude, we're racing dirt bikes. Like this is awesome. Like, what's there to be serious about? Like, have a good time. Like, obviously,
Yeah.
once you're on the track, once you're training, all that, like that's where your hard work goes. But off the bike, like, there's no need to be thinking about the track constantly in your head and just overthinking every little bit. So, I feel like with me, it's almost how do I say this? Like everyone around the pits is laughing now. Like we're all having a good time. Everyone's enjoying it. Like, and that goes a long way. Like when everyone's just serious, like it's so serious and it's not fun. It
Yep.
turns into a job. And obviously what we do is a job, but at the same breath, what we do is awesome and we need to enjoy that to the fullest.
Well, you say that. Like I got to meet you Friday, after press day and everything like that, and like instantly, Mike was introduced me to you, and then we just had a conversation. I was like, man, if you can, if you first time in Australia, if you can hang talking a little bit of, a little bit of smack and a little bit of, the banter, if you can hang with that, you were just right in, and that was. For me personally, as someone who works in the sport here and is a part of it, I was like, dude, this is so refreshing that you were like that, where we could just have a
Yeah.
genuine conversation, talk a little bit of, a little bit of trash here and there between us, and just, you take it seriously when you get onto the track, but
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
it's not like you're just there, locked in and you know, it can't be approachable or anything to the media and stuff. So that's definitely cool. So I guess that kind of transitions me into your career so far and where
Yeah.
you've come from. Does that stem from where, or I guess the path you've had to take to get to this point? Because I mean, I've done a little research, and in 2020 you were riding C class, man. Like it's crazy to think that in 5 years you're championship leader, and I know it's Australia Supercross or
Yeah.
whatever, but you got good results this year in Supercross and outdoors and
Thank you.
SMX. So is it because of where you've come from that you have this mentality? You haven't grown up in a sense of like, we have to win to make the paycheck to go to the next amateur race. Is that what allows you to be a little bit more relaxed?
Mm. Yeah, I want to touch on one more thing about with Wardy.
Yeah.
With them not winning in a while, I feel like since I got those two wins, it's making them want to win even more. And they're
Yes.
like today, we tested like our motor because it's
Yep.
not fully. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say this, but we tested the motor to make it even better than it already is because
Yeah.
if it's this much better, then that means I could whole shot every race, like stuff like that. Like
Yep.
when you win, you get that taste of it, and you'll do whatever it takes to get that taste again. You know what I mean? So it's really
Yeah.
elevating the whole team.
Yeah. That's cool.
And then back to what you were saying. So 2020, I went to the C class in Loretta's. So I'm not sure if Australians know that's the beginner class. Like,
Yeah.
you suck. Not saying you suck. You know what I mean, though.
Yeah, man.
And it was rough. Like, I didn't even win. I think I won a moto, but it was due to someone cutting the track. And then the following year, I went to Loretta's in the B class and got like 20th, like terrible,
Crazy.
terrible. And then following year, I started doing training, like working out, stuff like that, and ended up getting like I think eighth. I was like, whoa, like
Yeah.
that's a massive gap, like of gain. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then that same year, I ended up meeting this dude, Dayton Briggs, which now is like one of my closest friends. And he introduced me to trainers, like personal riding coaches. And he was like, listen, you could come live with me. Like my parents, we have an extra room. It's him and his parents. And you could train with my trainer and like see where it goes. And so the deal was with my parents, I had to get a job,
Oh
right?
no.
So I was working construction for a little bit, and then that moved into excavating like heavy equipment, which that was way better because it wasn't as hard for my body.
Yeah, I bet.
So what I would do is I would work 2 weeks at a time. I would take all that money and go down to California and to pay for everything. And then after 2 weeks, then I'll go back up and work for 2 weeks. I just kept doing this. And finally I started doing good enough where my parents were like, okay, like this is working. Like we're
Yeah.
gonna start helping. Like my parents aren't well off. Like money is tight. So that's why I was doing everything I could to go down there. And oh, one more thing. I was in 10th grade when this was all happening, and I took my GED, like general education diploma, to test out of high school so I could move down to California to train
Dude.
because that was the only option because I couldn't do school.
That's crazy, man. Like, and that's the thing. Like, and as I said, I've been very fortunate to hear a little bit about your story, and that's why I wanted to do this because, like, that's crazy that I guess 10th grade, you're getting out of school, you're trying to go work a job, you're trying to, and you're living away from home too, dude. Like, that has
Yeah,
to be like a huge step to go living away from home for a little bit. Like obviously you have your buddy that you're staying with, and they're
yeah,
probably helping you out a lot. But again, it's not your family, right? Like you've moved away from your, I guess your support network, and
yeah.
you've gone, I'm chasing this dream now. Like it's all in. Like that's it's how did you it's kind of hard, like how did you approach the conversation with your parents firstly, but how did you also, there'd have to be some tough times in that too where you were kind of like, man, I'd love to go home right now and just
Yeah.
see my family.
Yeah, so when I moved down there, I was 17. So I had that full-time job at 17, which I know people get jobs early. I'm not saying I'm just this crazy badass. Like this is what I had to do to get down there. And yeah, being away from my parents and my family and my sisters, it sucked. Like I've never been on my own before. So I'm
Yeah.
17 years old, never been on my own before, never left where we've lived our whole lives. You know what I mean? So it's so different. And I think like Dayton and his mom and his dad, like for helping me a lot as well. Cause it sucks being away from your family. Like, and me and my family are very close. Like,
Yeah.
never get in any fights, like nothing like that. So, and I love them to death. So it's hard. But,
Oh,
yeah, how I approached it to them was I came to them and after Loretta's that B class year when I got eighth, I said, Mom, Dad, like I told them on the way back home from the race, I said, I'm tired of coming to these races underprepared. I'm wasting your guys' money. There's no point for me to go out there and get tired in 2 laps and then just ride around like a retard. Like, I'm tired of this. So I want to give it my all for 1 year. 1 year. Literally do whatever it takes and just see where that takes me. And they're like, absolutely. Like if this is your one shot, like take it. So then I went and took my GED and then I got that job so I could go down there, like all this. So I did whatever whatever it took me to do, I did to get down there. So, and they were fully supportive of it.
And I guess that's what gives you the outlook you have now, right? Is that this wasn't a thrust upon you. This was your decision and your love and passion. And you're like, I want to do this. I'm the one who's going to steer the ship on this.
Yeah.
You support me 100%, but I'm the one that wants this. Like nobody else wants this. So that is kind of why you can approach what you've done to this date, and I guess even the weekend a little bit too, which I want to tie this into, is that you kind of like, this is me. Like I'm doing this because I want to do this. Like nobody else. Like I don't have parents that are hoping that I get this done.
Yeah.
I don't have anybody, any outside motivation. Like I am the guy, so I'm going to do it. And if I'm not that good, it's on me. It's not on anybody else. Like that's, I guess what I'm trying to say is that that's a great attitude, and I guess that's what's kind of we're getting to see here in Australia a little bit is that attitude of not being the amateur kid that everyone's throwing things at. You're the one that had to go, hey, if I want this, I'm going to have to go earn it.
Yeah. Yeah. So my parents, like when I came to them, my dad was like, if you don't want to do this, like, like go get a job. Like because I was gonna be a fireman, like be a
Right.
firefighter. Because I was to the point where I was like, if I don't give it my all, like, why don't I just go be a firefighter making 150,000 a year, and I could do whatever I want, work,
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
And they were fully for that too. So it's not like they were pushing me one way. They were like,
No.
this way is amazing and this way is amazing, but what do you want to do? And I was
Yeah.
like, listen, I want to do this, go down, give it all I can for 1 year, and if it goes to shit, then I'm gonna go be a firefighter, because both routes are amazing. Like it's not
Yeah.
like one route's the wrong choice. So that's what they were saying. It's like, what do you want to do? Because
And yeah. And by go down, you mean to California, right? Like
yes,
you're, and that's the thing. You didn't go to a facility or any of these types of
yeah,
things. Like you went to Cali, which is, there's a lot of opportunity there, but it's also not a facility where you have a trainer and a on bike trainer
yeah,
and everything at your disposal. Like you've had to go to tracks and travel around. Like that's got to be tough too.
yeah, absolutely. So I want to take this moment to credit his trainer. It's my trainer, or was my trainer for 3 years, Jay Whipple. Like that's who I moved down there to train with. That dude is the reason I am here right now. Like
Yeah.
in 3 years, he took me from a mid pack B rider to now winning Australian Supercross races, getting top 10 overall in points in Supercross in America. Like that is the biggest help. Like obviously, my talent would have led me far, but without that, I don't think I would be as far as I am right now. So I
Yeah.
want to just credit that because, yeah, he deserves it.
Well, and that's the thing, right? Like I mean, not to get into the financial part of it, but you would obviously have to pay him something to do that and everything. Like that's where your money's going, and that's
Yeah.
as I said, that's not the easiest route either. Like a lot of Australians think that you go to California and do everything, but if you're in the know or in the scene over there at the moment, like California's probably the harder route now than it is
Yeah.
anywhere else. There's so many trainers and tracks starting to disappear and things like that too. Like you really limited. That's why the facilities are getting so much bigger. Is it's all there and at your disposal
Yeah.
at your fingertips. So yeah, it would have had to be in a very a hard road to that point to get to obviously where you are now. Like it's as much as you obviously had your trainer helping you and you had all these people around you. Like it's not the easiest road either. Like it would have been easy to go to a facility, right? Like that probably would
Yeah.
have been the option.
No, absolutely. Like it would have probably been easier to go to a facility, but I saw what this trainer did with Dayton Briggs in such
Yeah.
little time. And I mean, Jay Whipple, he's worked with Ryan Villapoto, Justin Barsh. Like, dude, the dude has worked with some high level athletes. Like, and I'm pretty sure he worked with Ryan Villapoto when he was on like 85s. Like, you see what he's done. So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So it's just the knowledge he has, like the bike setup knowledge, everything. that's why I didn't choose to go to a facility because I'm like, this dude, like, come on now. Like,
Yep.
so obviously, I'm glad I went with him because I don't think I would have been this far in my career. And obviously, I'm just getting started. I'm just starting to get my name out there, which is awesome. But I'm not really worried about that. Like, my biggest thing is I want to see how far I could take this. Like
Yep.
that's all I'm worried about. Like I want to give it my all every single time I'm on that track, in the gym, training, whatever it may be. Like I could care less about the fame or the followers. Like yeah, it's cool. I just hit over 10,000 followers, but that's nothing compared to a lot of people. Like I just want to see how far I could take this. That's why I came to my parents 3 years ago and was like,
Yep.
I want to see how far I could take this. So this is what I need to do.
Well, that I guess that is the next part of this. Is like you said, you had 12 months, right? Like you gave yourself 1 year.
Yeah.
What was the? I guess what was the result or the catalyst? Is we're now 3 years down the road, right? We're now talking about this
Yeah.
3 years down the road, but after that 12 months, like was it a result? Was it a conversation that you had to have? Like, how did you go from obviously that 12-month plan to now we're 3 years deep into this thing and it's working, which is obviously part of the reason it's continued on. But
Yeah.
was there a goal or a number that you had to hit that for yourself or for your family that to keep this thing going?
I wouldn't say there was a goal. There was more of like to see the progress, if
Yep.
that makes sense. And then there was like this amateur race called AZ Open,
Yep.
and I went and won it. And like my parents, so when I was training down there, they never saw me ride. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah.
when I came to AZ Open, they were like, "Holy crap!" Like even I felt it. I'm like, "Wow!" Like this is what riding 3 days a week feels like. Because before I would only ride once a week on the
Yep.
weekend, like out in the hills, like just having fun. So it was the progress they saw,
Yep.
and then from there on, after that race, I ended up being down in SoCal from full on from there
Yep.
on, and then obviously that led into, or what did that lead into? So another reason, my trainer Jay Whipple, he's best friends with AEO KTM Racing, the owner.
Yep. Okay.
So that following year, so this would be, I don't even think I have a full year under my belt of training. And he got me a fill-in ride with AO KTM for two pro motocross rounds, Redbud and
Yep.
Southwood.
Yep.
And I got, I think, 18th and 19th. And they were like, just that progress, like C class to now getting top 20 in outdoors. Like, it's insane.
Yeah, scoring points ain't easy at an outdoor, right?
No, no. Even right now, it's not easy.
Yeah, yeah, you'll take that. You'll take that, and
Yeah,
and that that to the point of living away from home, and we talked a little bit about it. Then you're like full time away from home at this point, like you know. Um, we're not going to make this about your sister because I'm sure she gets lots of publicity and
no,
you
make it about
see
her. She's awesome.
yes yeah you're probably at a point you're like okay we'll talk about me a little bit but it,
No.
it's I follow obviously your mom and that, and she puts up some pretty crazy stuff, and even the emotion around how you've lived away from home, right? Like
Yeah.
she's lost not lost a child, but you live away from home. She
Yeah.
doesn't get to see you all the time, and the emotion of coming to the races and seeing you, like, does that even at this point now, a few years in, does that still give you like a little, I guess, a little burst of energy, a little like a bit of an extra motivation that they, to make the effort to get there. As you said, not a totally well off family, so it costs money to travel to these races.
Yeah.
Do you get like, man, I'm going a little bit harder today because my parents are here to see me?
Yeah. So first of all, I wouldn't be here without them. Like all their sacrifices they've done, I would not be here without them. Like no way possible. So it's not that when I see them, it gives me more motivation. It's me training every single day is because the sacrifices they made. So
Yeah,
it's the effort I put in every single day unseen, like stuff like that. Because if it weren't for their sacrifices, I wouldn't even be in that position to put in the work. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So, yeah, it sucks not seeing them, but like like my mom says, like if this is what you want to do, this is what it has to take. You have to sacrifice something.
Yeah,
So,
and does that make it a little bit so transitioning to you being here in Australia? Does that make that a little bit easy? Because a lot of there hasn't been too many. Like you are kind of I guess the start of a younger generation of kids coming. I use the word kids
yeah.
loosely here, but younger riders that come from the
Yeah.
US to Australia. But there's always been this kind of homesickness sort of thing that happens when riders come obviously to Australia. It's literally the complete other side of the world. You're nearly a day in front, technically, of your parents. Does that make it easier because you have had to kind of go through that again, you're only a few hours away, right? But
Yeah.
you live away from home, so you're used to like, oh man, it's just the other side of the world. Like it doesn't, it's whatever. Like I'll catch up with them, whatever. But I'm here to work and I'm here to do my job.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that definitely helps that I've been away from them for so long. I mean, I've lived on my own since I was 17. So it sucks, but this is what I have to do. If I want to take it this far, this is the sacrifice that I had to make. So me coming here, it's it's pretty it's it's like the same thing because I call them every morning after I'm done riding and at night. Like that's the ritual. We do it every
Yeah.
time because I never see them, and like a lot of people like make fun of me for calling my parents all the time. I'm like, dude, I've been away from them since I was 17. Like, yeah, I'm gonna call them. I miss
Yeah.
them. What's wrong with that?
Well, and it's not a bad thing, man, because
Yeah,
again, they haven't been in your pocket either. Like, and that's a little bit of the American thing as well, is that these parents are in the pocket of their
yeah,
children through the. You haven't had that, so you have a great relationship with your parents because of that, because they haven't been the ones
absolutely.
driving the boat, right? You're the one driving this thing. They're just there in the back seat, just enjoying the ride. So I love it that you have that relationship and you're happy to say that because that is real, like
No,
what it
thank
should
you.
be theoretically, right?
No, absolutely. Yeah, no, that's how it should be. Like my parents are coming to Sydney, my whole family, like I'm beyond excited to see them. So just like the sacrifices they're making right now, like to travel across the whole world just to watch
Yeah,
one weekend, one weekend. You know what I
yeah.
mean? It's
It's
worth it
crazy.
though.
I mean, and it's cool, and that's why I said I've really enjoyed to get to know you in the little bit of time we've had with you so far. And I
Oh,
say, so
thank you.
you go back to the US right after Cronulla, after Sydney,
Yes.
and then you come back for the final two, right?
Yeah, so I'll leave back home on Sunday after the race, and then I'll be back in California for probably a month or 3 weeks, I think, and then I'll come back for the last two rounds. But my team over in America, which hasn't been announced, that was part of the deal. Like
Yeah.
you have to come home, start testing with us, and then you could come back. Which after these two wins, they're very excited that they let me come.
Oh, 100%. And you're probably excited too because now you've kind of got like a base. You can kind of go back and go, hey, like, I like this, and like, can we start here? And obviously, tracks over there, which I want to talk to
Yeah,
you about, probably a little bit gnarlier and stuff like that. So you probably go stiffer or whatnot. But
yeah,
it kind of is cool too because you're kind of like, hey, I've ridden the bike now, and I like these things. Can we work on these areas? And you kind of have a
absolutely.
base too, right?
Yeah, so when I first came to the my team that I signed with in the US, my first pitch was, listen, I've been on a Austrian brand bike for 4 years, 3 years. Like, I think this is a smart decision to go over there, get time on the bike, the experience of being in front. Like, there's no negative.
No.
Like, the only negative I see is me just not having an off season. But I had an off season last year and I hated it. Like, I got back on the bike and I could barely even do 3 laps on a supercross track without arm pumps. So, like, I'm in a position where I've been healthy thanks to my fitness trainer Charles Dow. Like, we've really worked on just recovery. Like, it's not so much grinding it out, like lifting weight all the time, like your body needs to be fully recovered for every single weekend you race, and that's been a huge help this year as well. So
Yeah.
that's why, like now, Barrett, you're gonna have to
The team. The
the
team.
team. Now they're pumped. Like they'll probably want to send their riders over next year because
Yeah.
you stay in race shape. Like I'm staying in race shape. So when I go into testing in a few weeks with them, like I'm ready to go. Like I know what I want with the bike or what to try. Like I already know the bike and I'm ready to go. So
Yeah.
I see positives. That's all I see.
And I think that's another thing too, right? Is racing. Like there's nothing that can simulate racing. You can do all the laps at the test tracks or whatever you want, right? But
Yeah.
I mean, let's talk about Redcliffe and the carnage that was on the track. Like you don't get that on a Tuesday at the test
Exactly.
track. You only get that at race weekend. So that's as you said, you don't get an off season per se, but you're getting way more race knowledge, race
Yeah.
craft. You're probably learning different things about how to race riders and stuff that even if you had an off season and a good preseason on the bike, you're not going to learn those things. You'll be more, I guess,
Exactly.
comfortable on the bike, but you're not
Yeah.
going to be in the race shape. So I guess let's hypothetically say we fast forward to end of 2026, right? Like we got to get through this year, but is it something that you're like, hey, I'd love to continue to go to Australia and continue this championship? Like I think this is a benefit to me. I guess you probably tell after all the Supercross and outdoors next year, like how
Yeah.
wore out you are. But at right now, you kind of like this is something that I would love to keep part of my program if I could.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to come back here next year. I just think it's very good for me, like to stay in race shape. Racing is you'll never learn how to race at the practice track. The only way you're
Yeah,
gonna get better at racing is racing, the gate drops, stuff like that. So I'm already looking forward to coming back next year. Like obviously I need to get through the 2026 season,
yes,
but next year, since I'm going on the same brand next year with in the US, I don't have to come out 2 weeks before to ride the bike. So I can have an off season. I can have those 2.5 weeks, maybe 3 weeks
yeah,
where I'm just chilling. So I feel like next year I could play it a lot smarter. Like I won't have to put so much time on the bike because I already know what I want. Like all I have to do is just hop on. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So I think that'll just make it even easier to come back next year. So, and also I love racing here. Like this place is awesome. Like it's awesome.
Well, let's talk about that a little bit. I like to ask sort of personal questions, especially to Americans that come to Australia. It, it's probably the easiest country for you guys to kind of transition to. Like if you went to Europe or something, it's a real
Yeah.
culture shift. But we are very, I guess, quote unquote, Americanized here a little bit. We have our own stuff too. Like we'll talk about food and everything. Like, what's the one thing so far that you've enjoyed about Australia? It's not food, not anything like that. Like, is there something where you kind of like, man, this like I like Australia because of this thing that I get to do?
This is gonna sound like I'm a cheap ass. Everything is so cheap. Like
Well,
I could eat like a king here. Just it's like I look at my bank statement after and I'm like, oh, that was like half off.
well, it
But
does help.
honest,
It does help when your dollar is nearly double ours, so that does
yeah,
help.
no, okay. All that aside, like
Yeah,
I don't know, it's just the vibe here. Like everyone seems, how do I say this? Like in California, it's so serious. Like people don't laugh. In here, it's like you can have a good time. Like I'm not saying have a good time like that,
yeah,
but everyone's just happier. Maybe it's just because living on the beach. I'm not sure, but I'm really liking it here. Just the vibe and like with the team, it's so less stressful. Maybe it's because I won. I don't know, but
helps.
something about it. It's just like the team and everything. Like, I don't see a negative. I haven't found something here I don't like. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, I like that. Well, let's talk about food and drink and stuff like that. Like, what have you enjoyed eating? What is one thing you're like, man, I wish we had this back home? And I guess a
Mm.
lot of Americans love our coffee, so that's probably a real basic answer. But is there food and drink that you kind of like, man, this would be so nice at home?
Mm. So I'm not a big coffee drinker, but I've tried some coffees here and they're good, definitely better.
Yeah.
But honestly, all the food here just tastes enhanced. Not enhanced, just like healthy. Like I got fish and chips the other day, fried fish and chips, which in America that is very unhealthy. And I literally it tastes healthy, like stuff like that. Like there's just no crap in everything. Like even I don't know, even the candy here, it doesn't taste like candy. Like it just stuff like that. It's just the food here is just on another level. Like the fruit, oh, tastes so good. So much better.
I, I love that.
That's
I love
probably
that.
my favorite. My favorite food here is probably the fruit. It's like
Nice.
just tastes so fresh.
I mean, we are very lucky, and that's one thing I'd love Australians to realize is that we are very lucky with our
Oh
food.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Especially if you haven't traveled to the US and experienced it. So,
Well, like,
um,
dude, even one day I got a gas station brekkie burger, and dude, that thing beats anything in America for breakfast. Oh
that's
my god,
bad,
it's a
dude.
gas station.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Our
Oh god.
Australian gas stations, they really want to. They
Oh
they
yeah.
try and do good food. They try and keep the tradies fed. The tradies fed for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, let's back end of this one. Let's just talk about you obviously having your family coming to Cronulla, the whole family coming down. Like that's obviously, as you said, a big deal. But that's got to be pretty special too to have them see that we need to make the trip down here and watch Lux race in
Yeah.
Australia. Like this is pretty cool. Like just touch on obviously what it will mean to have them at Cronulla, running the red plate, being the championship leader, all that sort of stuff, like having them there to see it.
I think the biggest thing is just like them coming here and just seeing that everything is working out. Like all the hard work, all those days where it's been tough being away for them, just stuff like that. Like that means so much to me, and I hope, and I'm sure that it means a lot to them. Like just seeing everything's like, how do I say this? Everything's working out for the better. Like
Yeah.
when I came to them 3 years ago saying this is what I want to do, and like the sacrifices we've made, and now that I'm running the red plate, like stuff like that. Like it just shows you like if you want something, like dude, put your head down and give it your all. Like no matter what anyone tells you, if you don't have the money, find a way to get the money. Like I went and got a job, like stuff like that. Like that's what's huge for them, and for them to be here with me with the red plate, and it means a lot.
We're gonna touch on having your sister. Like we had her down here for round one of our motocross championship. Probably didn't go to plan as she wanted to. She
Yeah.
got a revenge though in the WMX championship. Let's be
Yeah.
fair. She got it back. But did she give you any like idea? She was, I guess, from where you are based, like you're here in Queensland. You've obviously done Redcliffe. You haven't
Yeah.
travelled down the other part of the country yet. She was the far bottom down in Melbourne, so she kind of. But did she give you any like, this is cool about Australia? This is what I experienced. Did she give you any pointers on what to expect when coming down here?
Honestly, I remember her telling me the people are just nice here. Like,
Yeah,
and the vibes are just good. Like, because she's a bit shyer. So
yeah,
if like people come off rude, like she, you know what I mean? Like she doesn't want to talk to someone rude. And everyone here is very talkable. I haven't met anyone here that you can't just go up to and say what's up to. Like, you know what I mean? It's, everyone here isn't stubborn, like, and thinks they're better than everyone else or that ego, stuff like that.
yeah.
So she loves it here. My dad, when he came, he loves it here, and they told me how amazing the food is. So I'm
Yeah,
glad to
they
find
they
out that's
proved it.
true.
Yeah, well, that's
I
cool.
better. It's a it's a good thing I race because if not, I would be fat. I love food.
Hey, don't we all? Don't we all love it?
uh,
But that's cool that obviously she got to experience it, and then you're here now. It's a kind of different duo for you two as well, right? Like having the success that she's having, and she's got a little bit different route about it as well. Like, do you guys chat about the different routes that you've taken, and like, do you give her advice? Does she give you advice? Do you guys bounce off each other a little bit with that stuff?
yeah, I feel like it's more so when like I give her advice because since I'm now at the professional level, like I have a lot more experience. Like when she was racing the WMX, like things to do with starts, things to do with suspension, like little stuff like that has really been helping her, like that I've been helping her with. And then
Yep.
honestly, the biggest thing she's helped me with is, dude, her mental strength is just unreal. Like nothing phases this woman. Like it's it's unreal. Like the how hardworking she is, like no matter what, is it just blows my mind. Like she was racing with a broken back. Like what?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Like stuff like that. So that's what's she doesn't tell me stuff, but just her hard work show is what I'm learning from. Like
Yeah.
to never give up to no matter what. I don't care if you crash 3 times, like you don't just roll around, like you give it your all if you can. Like little stuff like that has really helped me.
Yeah, well, as I said, I was very fortunate to be calling the races at our first round of nationals, and I watched every single lap, and then got to speak to her on the podium. And again, right, like she probably come down here with the aspirations to win and to show how good she was, and she kind of had a rough weekend, but just smiles, man. Like full smiles.
Yeah.
Like it was like, yeah, cool. I'm just so pumped to be in Australia. And I was like, that's a cool attitude because you could have been kind of upset about it and been like, man, like
Yeah.
I screwed up royally, right? But she just was like, like I'm on the other side of the world riding a dirt bike. Then this is the
Exactly.
coolest thing ever, right? Like so that's kind of you get to obviously learn and feed off that with her a
Yeah.
little bit, just the way she is.
No, I feel like me and her are both that way
Yeah.
because what we're doing now, it wasn't pushed on us. Like
Yep.
we pushed each other to get there. Like Lala wanted it and I wanted it. So we ain't got it and my parents supported us the whole way. So that's why we enjoy it so much. Like that's why I'm in the pits. Like I look at my bike, I'm like, dude, this thing is beautiful. Like
Yeah.
because dude, it is like what we do is awesome. Like I could be working a day job and hating my life. Instead, all I have to do is work my ass off, train, and eat good, and ride an amazing dirt bike. Like, how could you not be happy with that? Like,
You're
like
selling me, dude. I want to go ride my dirt bike now. Like that's the attitude. But again, that's the cool part of getting to know you here. And as I said, we
oh,
won't
thank
take
you.
up too much more of your time. It's been rad. But just to wrap this one up, we go into Cronulla next weekend from when we're doing this
Yep.
podcast, and the red plate didn't feel too heavy night two at Redcliffe. So I guess the red plate isn't a problem on the bike, but is it same attitude? It's like, man, we're just doing the same thing here at Cronulla. It's just a different stadium, a different part of Australia.
Yeah, absolutely. So a big thing me and my personal trainer Charles Dow work on is listen, yeah, you want to win. Yeah, you could take the pressure and like, oh my gosh, I have the red plate, but at the same breath, that don't mean shit. The red
Yep.
plate was last weekend. I had the red plate last weekend. I need to still go earn the red plate this weekend.
Yep.
So you can't be thinking about last weekend living up to these expectations. Like you still got work to do. Like just because I have the red plate doesn't mean I have it easy now. Like in all seriousness, I don't have the red plate until after this week, after next weekend. Then yes, then I could say I have the red plate. But
Yep.
right now, I still got work to do. Like it's still another race. I still have to put all my work to work, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. And
Yep.
like show up to the race and we got a job to do, like and give it my all. Like my biggest thing on the race weekend is I don't put any expectation on myself other than I want to ride the best I can that day. If the best I can ride all day is, say, first place, that's the best I rode. If the best I could ride is fifth place, but I know I gave it all I could and did everything I could in favor of me riding to the full potential, then I'm happy with that. Like that's that's my job. That's all I have to do is ride the best I can. And whatever position that gives me whatever position I earn.
Man,
And
I
not
love it.
yeah.
I love it. I love the attitude. And as I said, I've we got to meet each other at Redcliffe, and I've become a fan. And I think
Oh, thank you. I'm a fan
from
too.
from what easy. It's nice. It's nice talking to you on the podium. But I think a lot of Australians too have become a Lux Turner fan in the last in the last week, right? Like
Oh, that's
getting to
awesome.
see, and I guess that's kind of cool for your brand globally a little bit
Yeah.
too, which is what we spoke about off the top. But man, I appreciate the time. I'm not going to take up too much more. The sun's starting to set
Yeah.
where you
I
are. We
was
get
about to
some
go turn on the light
nice mood lighting there. But
for
yeah,
you.
if everybody wants to check it out, we're at Cronulla next weekend for round 3 of the Boost Mobile AUSX Supercross Championship. Lux Turner, the Monster Energy Yamalube Yamaha number 9. Those big red plates are going to be on that bike yet again. Be not hard to miss at all. You are without your mechanic this weekend too, and the team manager.
Yeah.
He's on holiday. So
He's
have you
not.
spoken to him about like, hey man, like you can't leave the team?
Yeah, so he's as much as he loves he's going on vacation with his family, he's bummed because I guess the schedule got changed. So
Yep,
this vacation he booked was supposed to not interfere, but now it is. So I'll actually have Dan at MXRP, like the
yep.
dude who's doing our motors. So he'll be my mechanic, but I'm not worried though. I'll still be sending him pictures of that champagne.
Yeah. If you get a win again, he'll be
Oh
filthy.
yeah.
He wasn't there for that champagne because I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know if you enjoyed it as much as him. And this was one thing. And before we wrap this up, I want to touch
Yeah.
on this. That was the first time you've ever popped a bottle of champagne in your career, and dude, that first one has got to be tricky, right? Like you got to be like, hey, how does this thing work?
Dude, I didn't even know how to open it. I had to have some dude help, or I think Alex Larwood helped me. I'm like, felt good, man. It don't taste good though.
No, it doesn't. I mean, it
Yeah.
tastes good because you earned it, but then
Oh
you
yeah.
realize that it actually doesn't taste that
Yeah.
great. Like
Whatever.
the
I could get
novelty.
used to tasting it.
Yeah, I bet you can, man. I bet you can.
Yeah.
Uh, all right, man. Well, I appreciate you for the time. Lux Turner
Thank
here
you.
on the On Record podcast, motoonline.com.au. I'm sure we're going to hear a lot from you over the next couple of months here in Australia, and
Plan.
we'll hopefully see you in Adelaide and still with that red plate, looking at a championship. But
Sure.
dude, appreciate the time. Appreciate you being here, a part of our championship. And yeah, let's roll this thing in Cronulla and hopefully keep the thing rolling.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure. So I'll see you next weekend. Thank you.